Merry meet and welcome to the General Tarot reading for all signs for today, the 27th of March, 2024. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Diane. Moderating on Twitch, Diane and Vanessa. Welcome, Vanessa. And moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Dre. Thank you so much, Diane, and thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you to everybody for joining us today. Today I'm reading with this Tarot del Romero. And let's purify with this Florida water. Got some in a spray bottle here. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. It's an old standby. Always makes everything nice and pure. If you're watching, if you're watching us on a restream on YouTube and you want to fast forward through the shuffling, you can use the timestamps right in the video description. Appreciate you being here. If you are on YouTube, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. This does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to make sense to you, it doesn't seem to, apply, just disregard the reading because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, you may want to check out the Zodiac readings for your own sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find those easily, the most recent replays on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com, just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're watching us on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation right on the platform there. We appreciate your support. Another easy way to support us is by going to our shop, arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. For now, that's just a bunch of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale. But we are working on a new shop, so we'll keep you posted as that happens. We're hoping that it comes out sometime in April, but we're not rushing things. But we'll let you know as soon as we have any more information about our new shop. All right, this is pretty shuffled. Let me do one more just for fun. See how everybody's doing today. Nice clean cut. There you go. All right, let's just lay out some cards here. We've got a King of Cups, very nice. Knight of Wands, good. 4 of Wands, okay, a little wandy and a little cuppy. The King of Cups is kind of where you're coming from, many of you. And, it's not, this is not your first rodeo. You've been at this game for a long time, whatever your game is. And we're going to talk about your work in a minute, but what's happening right now for many of you is that your work is not just your work. It's that your work is an expression of a deeper part of your soul. And that work that you've been doing inwardly is what's been so important, even though it doesn't necessarily show. You may have been working really kind of diligently on yourself, on your personality, on your whatever, your spiritual practice. And a lot of times those types of commitments and dedications, nobody ever knows about. Those are kind of the secret work that you do. And what you have to remember is that now that that's informing your work in the world, people are going to get that you're a little bit special, a little different. There's something extra in your work that they can't quite put their finger on. And that's just because of you. That's because it's coming from a place of your own spiritual oneness. So the work that you've been doing on yourself, even though it's I know it feels good and you're proud of yourself, which is good, but many of you think, well, what's this worth? It's like, what am I going to do with all this spiritual stuff? A lot. In fact, if you put to use even a little bit of all of that spiritual wisdom that you've been gleaning this whole time, your life will be heaven. So let's look at that. Now the Knight of Wands, that's not an 8. I even have my glasses on. The Knight of Wands is help that's coming your way in regards to your work in the world. And so you are a spiritual master, but just because you're a spiritual master doesn't mean you know everything. So you're getting all kinds of assistance, all kinds of help in doing stuff that you might not be that skilled at. And that's fine. You don't have to think like, well, if I can't do it all, there's something wrong with me. No, that's what these spiritual gifts are for. They call to you all of the places that you're not that great at something to fill in the gaps. And everybody thinks, wow, they're so amazing. Look at them, how amazing they are. They don't know that you're just flying by the skin of your pants. And that's okay. That's okay. That's the beauty of having such a spiritual basis and infrastructure is that you don't have to be skilled at every little thing in order to do well and be successful, right? And this Four of Wands is saying that even though that's true, that you're coming into a time where you can start to dedicate more of your time to the things of your, I don't want to say the things of this world so much, but your career, your crafts, whatever the things are in your work in the world that are important to you, you're going to be able to dedicate more time to those things, because this King of Cups, that the work that you've been doing internally sort of takes care of itself now. So you don't need to put quite as much time into your spiritual work. It's sort of baked into who you are. So now you can work more on your work. Now, what happens is a lot of times people that only, work on their career, they work on their career, and they seem to really do well. And then there's those of us who put all that time that they put into working on their career into working on spiritual stuff. And then we look and we think, God, I feel so, insignificant in the world of my career because I've been working so much on my spiritual stuff that I don't have as much as they do. But what we notice is that these people hit a dead end because they don't have a spiritual basis, whereas you make a vertical ascent. And you catch up to them and you surpass them because you have so much of a spiritual infrastructure. Because remember what spirit is in regards to this, and the King of Cups. Cups hold water or liquid, wine if you would rather. Lots of wine. But whatever that liquid is, if you pour it out, it goes everywhere, right? It doesn't have any, unless you really focus the stream, by using something special like a spout, it'll just go wherever it wants to go. And that's because that's the nature of spirit, is it encompasses everything. So don't worry that you don't think that you've spent enough time getting your degree, or you haven't spent enough time, or whatever it is, that you're never going to make it. Yeah, you are. You are making it, and you're going to have more time to dedicate to your work soon. But don't feel bad that you spent all your time doing all the spiritual stuff, because that's really serving you. It really is, for those of you to whom this is speaking. Eight of Cups, intuition. I mean, that's one thing that you have in so much of over anybody else that doesn't do the work that you do. You can work intuitively because your intuition is so well built because of all this work you've done. So you cut through all kinds of nonsense that other people can't, right? Nine of Cups, you have magnetism, you've got magic, so you can just pull to you everything that you need. They don't have that ability. All they know how to do is work by the sweat of their brow. So don't compare yourself to these people, and don't think that you need their approval. That's what this Magician is. Like you need them to think that you're good enough. You do not need them to think you're good enough. You don't. You're going to demonstrate your own brand of success in your own way that's very different than theirs. So you don't have to follow after other people's footsteps necessarily. Now, sometimes it's okay to mimic behaviors of other people. That's fine. Occasionally, that's okay to do, but you don't really need to. You don't need to look like everybody else. Your version of success is going to be just as wonderful as theirs, but it's going to come out of a whole different way of doing things because you're a different kind of person. Like we said, you've been spending your time internally for so long, and you've been building skill sets that they don't even know exist. So why would you ever want to look like them? Just because they appear to be more successful than you, that's very temporary. I guarantee you that's very temporary. In fact, get ready for a big expansion. That's what this 4 is, a big expansion of your career or your work in the world. And it's going to at least catch up to where you think that you should be or surpass it most probably. Because you have this ability, this spiritual ability to kind of cut through the illusions of this world. You have your intuition, you have your magnetism, you have your spiritual gifts that these people haven't spent time doing. And remember, all they have, these people that some of you want to compare yourself against, all they have is the work that they've done in this world. And I'm not discounting that. Well, good for them. Good that they have those skills. Yay. But your skills are a different type of skill. And like I said, your skills encompass any and everything they need to. Their skills are very, very limited. All they have is the skills in these particular areas. So, like I said, those areas that you're not quite good at, or you don't know what you're doing, that's okay because you've got these spiritual skills that are going to pull right to you all the help that you need to fill in the gaps where you need to be, those gaps to be filled in. You've got abilities to pull resources and people into your life that these people don't have. They have to just work by the sweat of their brow. You have the ability to do things in a way that they'll never understand. And so don't discount all of the time that you've spent building these inner skills like somehow you're a freak or that you're not good enough or that look how successful they are and I wasted my time working on spiritual stuff. No way. Don't think that way at all. It's just a matter of time now before you're, like I said, either catch up to them or surpass them because they're hitting a brick wall while you're doing a vertical ascent. Now, the one thing that you do want to work on this next couple weeks is to get your workspace in order and to make sure that tasks are finished. Don't leave things unfinished in the physical world. And like I said, if you can't finish them or you don't know how to finish them, you've got spiritual gifts. Pull somebody in that can help you. Get an assistant. If you don't know how to do that, well, visualize one. They'll show up. Use your intuition. You know how to do this. I don't have to tell you how to do this stuff. Like I said, if you just use a small percentage of the spiritual gifts that you've been working on, all of this is just an easy thing. But the thing you don't want to waste your time doing is comparing yourself against other people and tap dancing for other people and making people think that you're trying to make people think that you're good enough and getting their approval. Who cares if they approve of you? They're not paying your bills. They don't matter. I mean, they matter in that they're spiritual brethren. So yeah, everybody matters. You love them and all of that. But their approval does not matter. The approval of you does not matter. And it's a waste of your time. You get into doing some things that need to be done. And like I said, if you don't know how to do it, sit and do what you do know. Sit and visualize it. Sit and say, pull it in. Take care of it. Oh, I don't have enough of this. Well, see yourself having enough of that. You know how to do this. You don't have to do it their way. You have your way. You don't have to do the habits of highly successful people. You don't have to do all of that. You do it your way. And your way is gonna be like that. Right? So work on what you know needs to be done rather than obsessing over whether people like you. Because it doesn't matter. I like you. That's all that matters. All right. You're going to do great. What a wonderful day. I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Diane, Vanessa, and Trey. And we will see everybody tomorrow. Blessed be.